my name is Courtney. Welcome back to my channel and I hope you're doing so very well. I thought I'd just pop in with a quick video today. I don't have time to do the supply documentation video just yet. I've got to do all the overlay pictures that I do for that series. So I thought I'd just pop in and show you how my leather pen roll is holding up. I've had this well over a year now and it is a daily carry for me. I love watching the what's in my pencil cases, all that sort of stuff. It's kind of like the artist version of what's in my bag. So I love those types, and I thought since I'm sitting here getting myself ready for the day and my pen roll is quite chockers at the moment, I thought I'd just take you through what is in my leather pen roll. Now this is by the brand Superior Labor, which is a company in Japan, and they are taking the planner, traveler's notebook, journal community by storm with their beautiful products, and they are stunning. So I am a big fan of the company. I have quite a few items from their range. I would love one of everything, but we can't have everything. So like I said, I've had mine for well over a year. It is quite a lot darker than it was when I first got it. I've had a few marks and things because it is a daily carry. I don't baby it. I did at the start and then I was like, no, this is a tool. Although my girlfriend Sian, she got hers well after me and hers looks a lot more worn in than mine. So maybe I'm not beating it up as much as I think I am. But hers is like well loved. If I had like a comparison shot, which I thought I did, but when I looked, I could not find a comparison shot of ours, but hers is absolutely stunning. So I've got all of this shoved into my pen roll, and I normally just have my watercolor palette in this pocket with a brush stuck down beside, but I'm just slowly not being so careful and just sort of stuffing as much as I can. It does stretch the leather a bit. There's no way I could have done this at the start. I just got this into it, so I am happy I've done it, but at the same time I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have done it. But anyway, I have quite a lot of pens in here at the moment because I am a big fan of carrying around as much as possible. This is normally what I will pop into my handbag, or if I'm trying to be a bit more lighter, I will take this baby, which has the bare essentials, my planner pen, a pencil, my highlighter, that sort of stuff, eraser, and if I'm trying to be compact, I'll take this instead. But normally 9 times out of 10 it's this that gets popped in my bag with my journal. So let's get started and see what's inside. In the first pocket over here I have an Oscoda travel brush. This is in the size 4. This is my, I have I think 2 in here. So there's a large one and a small one. They are my favorite sort of portable brushes to take with me. I do have my name engraved in most of the ones that I own. And I quite like that little touch. I know that probably won't last forever, but I just wanted to sort of commemorate because it's a very expensive brush. I remember when I first bought the first one, I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I just spent that much money on a paintbrush. But it's fast become one of the things that I use all the time with my watercoloring. The only downside is that you obviously need to have some water with you if you're on the go, whereas the other ones are like more portable with the reservoir inside. That's the only downside, but it's totally worth it. I normally have a little container of water in my bag. Or like if you're at a cafe, you just ask for a cup of water. That's all I do. So there's that. And then I have 3 of the Faber-Castell Pitt pens. These are they're my go-to when I'm just sort of want a bit of color on my page. So I have the color Crimson, I have the color Lilac, and I have the color Phthalo Green, and they're just a really nice little fun pop of color. I sometimes change the colors in and out because I have quite a few of these, and these are all the brush tip, and I just switch them in and out. Sometimes I'll have gray in here, sometimes I think I took the gray out because I've got this gray one in here, and sometimes I have the pink, sometimes I have the yellow. It's just what happens to be in here on this day. So there's those 3 items in the first pocket. And then I have the Eco Twisby in the new color, the bubblegum pink color. This only came about a week ago, and I've got Sailor Stanza Sailor Storia or Storia Ink Dancer. I should probably go get the bottle so I can tell you exactly what's in here, because it's waterproof pink ink. So I'll go grab the bottle and I'll let my cat in. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you know how much of a diva my cat is. As soon as I sit down to film something, as soon as she hears my voice, she's at the back door asking to get in. She'll be in for 2 minutes and then she'll be asking to get out. She drives, she kills my life sometimes, and she's very, very needy at the moment. So I'm gonna go let her in. This is the ink I am talking about. It is the Sailor Storia ink, and I'm pretty sure the color is Dancer from memory. I can't see a logo on here, but it is waterproof, and I'm all down for waterproof pink ink. So that is currently what is in my TWSBI Echo, and I have a broad nib on this. I've got so many fines and extra fines that I decided to go with a broad nib so that I could do some titles and things in my journal. So I just thought it was something different, and it's been really lovely to use. And so I also have a Copic multi-liner in the warm gray color, I think. Cool gray, sorry. And I normally line a lot of my things with this. It's a great little go-to. And I sometimes have a different color in there. I sometimes have pink, blue. Today I've got purple. I also love lining my illustrations in colored ink. So these are great when I want to do colored outlines. And I use these in conjunction with my Copic markers when I'm doing illustrations for collage sheets. Now this I picked up in Japan. It is a brush tip pen. It is by the brand Sailor. I'm not quite sure much else about it. I saw it, it looked pretty cool, and I'm still really terrible at brush lettering, but it was pink and I've never seen a pink one. I'm pretty sure I may have the black one in my stash somewhere that I got from Stationery Selection Box. So I grabbed the pink version of it to have in. It's a really nice black ink, which I really enjoy. So even though I can't brush letter to save myself, it's really good for adding black details to drawings. I then have the Lamy Safari in the Vivid Pink. This was actually a birthday present from my girlfriend Sam and Sian. And I also have the Vivid Pink ink inside the actual pen, which was also a gift. Now, truth be told, I'm not a big Lamy fan, but this one has given me no issues. I've had 2 previous Lamys before this one, an apple green one and a blue one, and they have both been really scratchy, and I have had just a lot of trouble. I don't know if it was because I was a left-hander, and I actually stopped using fountain pens because I thought I was left-handed, and it wasn't just not happening for me. I'm like, okay, fine. Obviously, fountain pens are something that I shouldn't get into because I'm a lefty and they're never gonna work. So I was put off by fountain pens for a very long time due to the Lamy pens I'd had in the past. And I almost was going to buy this myself, but I'm like, no, like I have so many issues with Lamy, but I collect pink pens, as you see. A lot of my fountain pens are pink, so they decided to buy it for me, and I'm very glad. It's got a fine nib on it, I'm pretty sure. Yep. And I've had no issues whatsoever with this pen. So maybe it's because I needed a pink one for it to just gel with me. But that is there. I picked these up in Japan. These are the little cute portable scissors. I actually had the blue pair, or have the blue pair that I got in the Stationery Selection Box. But when I saw these in Japan, I just had to grab them, and apparently they're limited to Japan. I did not know that. I just saw pink and was like, yeah, I need those. I actually gave the navy blue ones to hubby for his little carrier with his stationery supplies. So yeah, this is really cute. They're not the greatest, like I maybe don't have the dexterity, but they work in a pinch. They're great for cutting like straight lines and stuff, but if you're trying to cut around things, I have issues. And I don't know if that's just because I'm very uncoordinated, but I love the color combination. So they're those. I have another Oscoda travel brush. This is in the number 6. This is probably the only one that doesn't have engraving on it yet, and that's because my engraving man shop shut down and I haven't found one I like. So there's that one. This is a, where is it? The Platinum Pfizer, and I actually got the gray one, like the silver version in the Stationery Selection Box. And when I saw the pink one in Japan, I grabbed it because these are great all-round little fountain pens for sketching, and I've really enjoyed using the grey one. So I picked up the pink one, obviously, because I'd never seen it in a different color, or I'd never seen the pink one. I may have seen them in red and stuff in Kinakuya, but I'd never seen the pink one. So I grabbed the pink one and some extra cartridges, and I've given the grey one to my hubby. He gets all the boy things and I get all the girl things. So I love this great little sketcher. I love sketching in my like notebooks and in my planner and stuff with this pen. It's just a good workhorse. I have a aluminium ruler in pink that I grabbed from Jet Pens when I was making an order, because if I'm going to order all the way from Jet Pens and pay the international shipping, I'm like, grab all the odds and ends that you can't find here in Australia. And then I have the two Midori Rulers in the alphabet and the numbers. They're great for on the go when I'm journaling and I just want to add some dates or some like a little title or something. Like I said, can't hand letter to save myself. It's a skill I so desperately want, but don't have the time to actually learn it, or don't have the time to put into practice it. So my lettering is very much just my crazy handwriting. I have two more fountain pens. This is the Visconti Venus, and I actually was given this as a gift from my husband right before I had surgery over a year ago, and it reminds me of angel wings, and it's beautiful, beautiful pen. I don't use it anywhere near as much as I should because I'm scared about ruining it. I think it may be one of the most expensive pens that I've ever acquired, and it is stunning. I have black document ink in it at the moment because I'm actually having issues with my vanishing point, which is normally my daily writer. It's currently in a cup of water soaking. It's giving me issues. So I've filled up these two with black Diatramentis document ink, which is what I use to write in my journals. So I was filling those up last night as backups. And this one is another Sailor pen. I can't quite remember what this one was called. I actually had to order it off Rakuten because I couldn't find a seller in Australia at the time, but it's obviously a beautiful pink pen. So both of those are fine nibs, and even though this is a fine, this I would say is more of a medium, the thickness, than compared to the Sailor. So there are those two. I then have the Ecoline brush pen in grey, and this is a watercolor brush pen. I love this for adding shading to things, adding depth to things. It's one of my go-to grab and goes. It's always sort of in either my pencil case or in my tote bag. So it's the only one I own of the Ecoline brush pens. I have the bottled, a couple of the colors in the bottled, but I do really love the brush pens, and they're really fab. But I've got so many art supplies to get through that I haven't purchased any more of this, even though I'd love to, but I just have too many supplies at the moment. So I'm happy with the grey. I use it quite a lot, so I'm very happy with that. And then I have two mechanical pencils. There's something, right, that's it. So I have the Color Eno 0.7 from Pilot in pink. This is my go-to sketching pen, and they offer a whole range of colors, but obviously I have the pink. I think I may have the purple and the red, but I only ever really use the pink, and then I bought bulk pencil leads from eBay. So that is what I like to sketch in. And then this was a find in Japan. I'm already missing the cap, I'm so pathetic. And this is a Kuratoga 0.5, but the print is actually Bambi. Hubby spotted it in Don Quixote when we were looking at stationery. I've never seen Bambi in the print, so I have a couple of the Kuratogas in the Totoro print, and I think I have a Disney print one. I have a few, but I've never seen Bambi. It's never come to Australia, so when he spotted it, I completely missed it. I grabbed it and popped it into my basket. And then last but not least is my portable watercolor palette. I've had these colors in this palette for almost a year now, year coming up in August, and they are just a mixture of my favorite colors and the Jane Blundell mixing palette. So that is basically what it is. It's just a mixture of hers and my favorites, and it's been such a versatile little palette. I absolutely love it. I will pop up a picture on screen to show you what colors are in there, because I know I'll get a lot of questions, and I've already done an image for it for Patreon, so they know what's in it as well. But yeah, I think my opera pink needs filling up yet again. But it's such a great little versatile palette. I haven't wanted to put any other colors in it. Obviously I have quite a lot of watercolors, but this is the one that I sort of gravitate to the most. I do have other portable palettes that have other colors in it, but whenever I'm going out, this is the one I take. It's the one I'm most familiar with, and the one that I know a lot of the mixes from it already, because I've been working solely with it for almost a year. Or over a year. No, not over a year, almost a year. So that is everything in my pen roll. I'm losing my voice. I currently have a cold, so I'm impressed that I got this far without having a coughing fit. But yeah, this has been a really good workhorse. Some bits and pieces change, like my Pitt pens and stuff like that, but the majority of it stays the same. I normally don't have this many fountain pens in here, I will say that now. Normally I have more of the Copic liners and things like that, but I also have my Delphonics pouch, which is a right royal mess. So I'm not going to do a video on that because it is chaos in there. You can see Pick pens, multi-liners, Copics, glue sticks, washi tape. That would just make the stationery community cringe. But that is what happens when I get collage sheets underway. Everything falls apart and all the organization goes out the door, and it's just a free-for-all in there. So at least this looks a little bit organized for you guys. I think that's all I have to say. I am very, very happy with my pen roll. I'll pull all the stuff out so you can have a look at it as is. This is an item that I decided to invest in. It is something that will probably go to my son because it's I think this would be more up his alley than my daughter's, although my daughter's put claim to like everything, especially my Sailor Moon stuff. But I think this will be handed down to my son when the time comes, and I feel like I can safely say it will make it until when I do have to pass it down. When I move on, I think it'll be still going strong. It showed no signs of wear. All the corners, all the stitching is still in place. It is just beautiful. It's very squishy now, as you can see. It's still got a little bit of that squeak, but nowhere near as much as when it was new. I absolutely love it, and I'm so glad I invested the money into it. I've been trying to invest money into my supplies and my tools so that when it comes time, my kids get some beautiful items that their mum has used throughout her life. And that's something that I truly, truly cherish. I actually got a beautiful old box when my grandfather passed away that he had his art supplies in, and it's got his name engraved on it, and I now use it to put my fountain pens inside. And that alone is something that I cherish so, so deeply. He had it custom made for him, and I adore it. So that's kind of the concept behind all the purchases that I make. I always think about which child I would pass it down to and all that sort of thing, but this is one of my favorite purchases to date when it comes to my stationery supplies. So there, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about this, let me know. And if there's a video you really want to see from me in the future, please pop it down below and I'll see what I can do. I'm still working out the balance between Patreon and YouTube so that I do get content up for you guys other than stuff for Jane Davenport. So I want to get some more personal me, probably a journal with me video here and there. So I'm trying, guys, please understand that I'm just trying to do it all at the moment. So have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye!
I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. I'm trying to make this darkness go away. I'll paint with colors and I'll sing until my lungs give out. I'm gonna let the sun shine in today, and I will leave my windows open so that I can hear the sound of people talking and the wind blowing in the trees. to spread my wings so I can fly. Oh, when the darkness starts to fade, feels like things are gonna go my way.